Hello? Why is it saying... Where's my stream on YouTube, though? Wait, I never edited this? For 6 times hunting. I thought I edited this. There we go. So why is it not showing up on my channel? There it is. Good. Now I can actually look at the chat. That's crazy. What's up, Taylor? You have a question about the Loyal 3? Well, hopefully I can answer that. What do you do if you accidentally KO one of them? I believe you soft reset your game. Was this when you were trying to catch it or when it was like large and it was part of the story? To catch him? I'm sure there's a way he respawns. But I wouldn't know. The best thing would be to just soft reset and hope you didn't lose a ton of progress. Alright, let's do this. Let's slide this over just a little bit. Taylor, thank you for the shiny luck, and thank you for the compliments on the hat. Alright. Let's get these guys in position. I keep forgetting I can control all of them at once. Man, I'm always getting an encounter on one of these games. He's back. Did you soft reset or did you just like do something else? Because a lot of the times in the modern games, if you just like do something else, he'll just like respawn. Like the legendaries just respawn. Alright, let's get these games in here. Just flew to the terrarium, then Paldea, then to where he's after you close the game to get some Urba back. Yeah, so that's kind of what I thought, but I wasn't sure because I was like, I don't know what you would do to like trigger him to respawn. Because in like older games too, man, I'm always getting encounters. In older games too, a lot of times if you like beat the Elite Four, the Legendary will respawn, but that's always risky because it forces you to save. So if it doesn't, then like you're kind of screwed. All right. I did White Flute on this game. Okay. White Flute. There we go. Now we're in it. On Monday, you caught a shiny Timber. What should you nickname it? Name it Timbus. You're almost done with your Fire Red, Leaf Green, Origin, Living decks. You only have to evolve some Pokemon. Nice. Timbus with 1S. Do 1S. I don't know about you guys, but I really feel like the first shiny I'm getting for Safari Week is a Nidoran male. We also have a shiny yellow Corminior. Nice. What's up, D. Lee? Yeah, we got an Execute hat. We find a shiny Execute this year. I hope I can catch it, because I'm 3 in a row fails on Execute. I'm due for a win. What should you nickname that? Name it like Luma or something, like from Mario. You bet it'll be an Execute. I think technically, like, everything is the same encounter rate. Like, I think Doduo, Nidoran, and Execute are all, like, 20%. And then it's, like, Venonat's 15. The Nidorinos and Naz are, I think, probably 15 or 10 or something. Technically speaking, I'm most likely to get a Doduo because Doduo's present on all the games. What's up, Thor? Welcome in. You got Starbit. Yeah, that's a good name. Thank you for the shiny luck, Thor. Shiny Alola and Geodude ideas. Name them Cheetos. Or Buffalo. Name them Buffalo Chicken. So that's what he looks like. What about Rotom? Dude, I don't know. I'm not, like, great at nicknames. You're just, like, shoving a bunch of suggestions. I'm just like, I don't know. Just kind of doing the first thing that comes to mind. Nugget, I feel like that's more fitting for a Kanto Geodude. Because Alolan Geodude's like a really orange color. Kanto is more of like the golden color. Okay, so I think the plan is to try to get... I think we're doing... Are we doing 1,200 every reset? I forget. You also have a shiny Joltik from Chargestone Cavern. Yeah, shiny Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, they show up often. Alright, there's a chance I, like, disconnect my Elgato. I'm just trying to move the cord out of the way. There we go. Okay, we're good. I said 1,300? Yeah, but 1,300 is not a multiple of 6. That's the issue. Trying to get nice, even multiples of 6. And then after 1,200, it's like 1,500, which I think... I mean, we can try for 1,500... But that might be cutting it too close. Like, we might be ding-donging if we try to do 1,500. But I guess we can try. So that would be at 4,700. Also, it is crazy how much easier it is to just do 6 games as opposed to 7. I guess I should start recording in case a shiny shows up. That'd be a good idea. What's up, Chris Mar? Hope you get a shiny on stream today. Thank you. I mean, I totally could. We did over 3,000 yesterday on stream, and I think I'm even going to be streaming longer today. Hopefully, if everything works out. Shiny Alolan Juju is now known as Buffalo Chicken. Nice. What's up, Endless Night? Thank you for the good luck. It'd be nice to get something today. We're pretty likely. Every day we do this, we're pretty likely to get something. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to really do like off-stream hunting as of late. I've just been so busy. I'm currently working on like editing a video for the Shiny Dratini. So that's like what I've been doing off-stream. So I want to get that video up this week. If things go well tonight, I could post the video tomorrow, but it depends on if things go well. Might be a Friday release. It's a lot of systems we have going at once. I have discovered my limit. At least with the systems I have. If I had all like Game Boy SPs, I probably could do 8, but 6 is my limit. I tried 7 yesterday, it was too much. You have arrived with sweet tea in hand. Nice. Why does it say I'm offline on Twitch? That's weird. Sometimes it updates that like normally, and then sometimes it just doesn't. You know? You should do a hunt with all 6 languages together. What do you mean by all 6 languages? Because if I'm not mistaken, there's quite a bit more than 6 languages. And if you're referring to Pokemon games, I only have access to 3 different languages of Pokemon games, so... So again, not too sure what you mean by that. Could probably do 8. Yeah, I could do 8 if it's like I can reach all of the D-pads at once, like this. Because like it would be the same like what I'm doing now. The issue is I don't have that many GBA SPs. This is all I have is 3. So when you have DSs, you have to like you can't reach them all, so you have to do like more motion to like get everything, and it just takes longer. But if it was literally like exactly what's down here, but at the top as well, I could easily do like just like that, and then do this with just another set of 4. But I don't really need to buy any more GBA SPs. Any ideas for your shiny autumn form Sawsbuck? No. Are you gonna ask me to nickname all like 300 shinies you found? And Scarlet and Violet? I have no idea how many shinies you found. Taylor, thank you for the shiny luck. Asking chat and you if you have any ideas. Yeah, I'm bad at nicknames. I'm usually the one asking for nickname ideas. You have 14 more? Jeez. Sometimes I just go online and look for, like, suggestions on, like, forums and stuff, and then kind of... Sometimes it's not even like I use what other people are doing, I'll just, like, get ideas from what other people use. Jeez, why are all my games sliding around? Found your old leaf green earlier where 6-year-old me had a Diglett named iDiggy. Nice. It's always crazy finding a an old copy you had as a kid. Yeah, happy Juneteenth, everyone. What's your overall Safari record? Have you caught more than you failed? Yes, I've caught more than I failed. So let's see. I started Safari shiny hunting before like a Safari week. And I found 2 and caught 2. So 2 wins. Then I did my first Safari week where I failed 2 and caught 1. So it was 3 wins, 2 fails. Then I did Safari Week 2022 where I caught 7 and failed, I think, 4. So was it 7 and 4? I failed the Slowbro, 2 executes, and the Parasect. So 7 and 4. So what is that? That's 6 fails and 10 wins. And then I got a Nidoran female hunting after that and caught it. So 11 wins, 6 fails. And then I 1, 2, failed 1 last year. So 13 wins, 7 fails. So we've almost doubled the amount of fails for wins. But it's a lot of just Nidoran males. So like almost half of the wins are just Nidoran male. So it's like we have really good luck in terms of like winning, but it doesn't feel like it too much. Because it's just a lot of like dupes that are super easy to catch. And then also paired with the fact that like 2 of the 3 years I've hunted Safari Week, I've had just abysmal shiny luck overall. But it could be worse. The first Pokemon game you ever played? First Pokemon game, the first mainline Pokemon game I ever played was Pearl. First Pokemon game I ever played was probably Pokemon Stadium. Or Pokemon Snap, one of the two. I don't remember. You thought Safari Week was next week? I think I said in the title. Does the title say? Oh no, I did not put in the title, that's my bad. I'm just doing it a couple days early. It starts Friday. It starts Friday, but I mean, that's literally in 2 days, so who cares? I'm also missing, like, the last 4 days, so I wanted to start early. So I could hunt roughly the same amount. How is your name, like, highlighted in chat? Are you, like, verified or something? I've never seen that. Your first Pokemon game was Pokemon Quest. That's, like, a new one, too. Oh, verified channel? Yeah, I've never seen that. At least in like a live stream. Von Blood, thank you for the shiny luck. We found you from your marked shiny videos. You didn't know you streamed? Yeah, I streamed like most of those videos on Twitch. I think I even said. But welcome in. Better late than never. Yeah, after I get shiny Mew, we're gonna try to finish up the Mark challenge because there's only 3 left we need. But they're all gonna be really difficult hunts. Yours was Alpha Sapphire. "15 years of Minecraft." Is that today? I thought that was like a couple weeks ago. Dude, I got the special capes that they were giving out for Minecraft. I was like... And I play Java, so 2 of them I can't even use until, like, middle of July. Which is pretty funny. But I was like, you know what, it's cool. This is usually the time I, like, play Minecraft. My fondest memories of Minecraft, I'm not even kidding. So, like, I played, like, old school Minecraft, like, back in, like, 2012. And I played up until... It was the last update of Minecraft I played was when they added, like, the end cities and stuff. Like, when they added those. And then I stopped playing for years. And the first year I got back into Minecraft was when they did the Nether update. And I started playing Minecraft, and I was just, like, chilling playing Minecraft, watching, like, people stream Safari Week. And it was crazy. I don't know, it was just, like, a good memory. Just, like, chilling playing Minecraft while watching people do Safari Week. When was that the first year I participated? I don't know if I participated that year. I might have participated the next year.
This does put a smile on my face.
Jacob, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. You're currently doing your first Nuzlocke in Let's Go and tackling Sylph. Nice. Good luck. What marks do I need? I need the Dry, Misty, and Curry marks. Misty Mark I could get really easily, but I wanna start going back to my, like, shiny Milcery quest, and I wanna hunt Milcery and try to get one with a Misty Mark, or just get one of the phase with the Misty Mark and just, like, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So we're gonna hunt the Misty Mark in Sword and Shield. The other 2 marks I have to get in Sword and Shield. Got a nose pass outbreak, good luck. Jacob, thank you for the shiny luck. Calling shiny Rhyhorn. Unfortunately, shiny Rhyhorn is not possible where I'm at. So that ill-informed call. But if you look at the hunting thing above me, it cycles through everything we can get. Shiny Niddo. Okay, that's kind of a not so bold prediction. If you add the Nidoran male, female, and the evolved ones, I'm pretty sure it's like by far the most common thing. Yeah, the 1.19 update, yeah. Or sorry, I said 19 1.9 update, yeah. Yeah, that was like, because we're talking like old school Minecraft, where like those were crazy at the time, and then I got back into it. I got back into Minecraft years later, and it was like, I had no idea what was going on. Like, it took me so long to like, I had to essentially relearn the game, because they added so much, and changed so much. No, my Heart Gold Soul Silver Safari is not upgraded. I don't need to upgrade it. Upgrading your Safari Zone essentially just gives you, like, more evolved forms and, like, Hoenn and Sinnoh Pokemon, which I'm not really, like, looking for right now. We need a lot from Kanto, so we just do the default. Depending on what we get this year, maybe I start upgrading it for next year. You're calling shiny Tauros? That would be insane, because I'm pretty sure Tauros is... Tauros might actually be 4% here, I don't remember. It's either 1% or 4%. I'm gonna actually double check. Alright, so this is center area. Area 1 has Scyther and Pinsir, which we don't get. Area 2 has Chansey, so I think that's the north area. And then area 3 is where we're at. Alright, Tauros is 4%. I was thinking Tauros was the 1%, but no, it's Kangaskhan, which is a little unfortunate. But the reason why I'm not hunting in the area where Kangaskhan's more common is because I want Venonat, and the other areas have, like, Paris. Which, I mean, I need Paris, but... There's a 100% encounter rate area for Paris, so there's, like, no reason to, like, go hard trying to target it in the Safari Zone. Because it would not be hard to get anyway. What's up, Mama Murphy? Welcome in. You're going for the Riolu, you still need 1 for Gen 4 and you don't want to do eggs for it. Yeah, the Riolu's tough, but I've seen a decent amount of people catch it, so it's not like it's no Beldum. So I feel like, I don't know the catch rate of it though. I know it's hard, but I've seen a lot of people catch it, so I'm sure it's doable. Just need some luck. Yeah, Kangaskhan's hard to catch. All the rare stuff are hard to catch. I don't actually target the rare stuff. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to phase 100 times just to have fail a shiny. That's not me. If it happens, awesome, but I'm not going to go out of my way for it. Like, I'll just hunt Kangaskhan a different way. I already have shiny Tauros. I hunted shiny Tauros in Heart Gold Soul Silver. In the area south of the Safari Zone, Tauros, it's, like, pretty common, so... You're gonna go for the shiny baby totem Como right now. What is the baby totem? I'm pretty sure... 1, the totems are shiny locked. 2... Are you just referring to you're going for a Jangmo-o? Because I think you're playing Scarlet and Violet, from what you've said. Good luck on the hunt today. The stream just started. We've been streaming for 30 minutes. And we've already gotten over 500 encounters, almost 600 encounters in those 30 minutes. You said shiny baby totem combo because you felt like it. But that implies things. You can't say going for the totem because a lot of times people are unaware what is shiny locked and what's not, and you always gotta warn people. Your ogre pawn is female. Hate to break it to you. Well, I guess not hate to break it to you because you seem happy about it, but ogre pawn is always female. You cannot get a male ogre pawn. You knew that? Then why did you say it like it was news? You said that like that was like, oh cool, my ogre pawn's female. Yeah, we gotta get the hat going when we're hunting safari. This is my safari hat. You'd be happy with a nose pass, though? Yeah, nose pass is pretty cool. What I didn't know about the genders of, like, the new legendaries was the Terapagos thing. I didn't know that Terapagos is supposed to have a 50-50 gender ratio. But it's forced to be male in Area 0. To reference the last, like, male Galapagos tortoise, like, one of the Galapagos tortoises. Makes me think that in, like, future games, will we be able to catch, like, female Terapagos and then breed them? That'd be a really cool concept. It broke out of both balls you threw at it. The Jang Mo-O or the Ogre Pawn, because the Ogre Pawn's 100% catch rate. Guess I didn't run from this one. Four minutes into your sandwich, you found the Jang Mo-O. Yeah, that's like average luck for Scarlet and Violet. That's a little better than average, but it's pretty much average for like Sparkling Power, Shiny Charm. The average is like realistically more like 7 minutes, but a lot of times you'll get shinies in like 5 minutes. So the thing about this Rocky Beach area in Heart Gold Soul Silver, if I catch a Slowpoke or a Krabby, I'll probably have to move areas. Because they'll be very likely to dupe up at that point. And then I have to figure out what the best place would be. Because originally I was going to plan to go to the swamp area to get like Grimer and Coughing and whatnot. But recently I got the Grimer line and the Coughing line, so probably won't go to that. I'll have to look to see what's better, assuming we catch like a Krabby or a Slowpoke. I kind of hope to see Doduo. Doduo's the only thing from Rocky Beach I haven't seen yet. Once you found a shiny within the first minute of a water sandwich, I have multiple times found a shiny as the first spawn from a sandwich. It's just like bound to happen with those odds, with like how many encounters you can get. I've kind of seen it all in Scarlet and Violet with like the Mark challenge I've been doing. We got 9 shinies in a sandwich without a boosted odds outbreak event. We got 3 shinies to show up at the same time. I had 2 shinies spawn in the same group of Pokemon when they spawn in groups of 5. And I've had like first encounter shinies multiple times. Name Ditto again? I don't know what you mean by that. Name Ditto again? Are you telling Taylor to name their Ditto again, or are you telling me to, like, rename a Ditto? Talking to you? I hope so, because if they're talking to me, I have no idea what they're trying to tell me. Almost half odds for phase 1. Will I finally get an under odds shiny hunt? Who knows? Hoping that Dratini broke my bad luck streak. Dude, it's crazy how, like, so early on I did so well with a Safari Week. I broke multiple records during Safari Week 2022. And I don't think I'll ever get that lucky ever again. It was just so crazy. But I, like, want to. Like, you do it once and you think, like, oh, it could totally happen, but it's like, realistically, that probably won't happen again. What are you using to up the counter? It's called Death Counter and Soundboard. Just a program where you make, like, text files, and then you have it read your text files, and then you can, like, have it, like, increment based on how much you want, and then you just, bind it to whatever keys you want. In this case, I have it to the, technically it's the equals and hyphen, but it's just a plus and minus, so I just do plus for adding and minus for subtracting. And it overwrites your text file, so it just saves it. And then you can just have the text file be read through OBS. You believe? I hope so. At least if we get super unlucky with Safari Zone, like, it's still, like, it's only gonna be, like, a few day process, you know? It's not gonna be, like, weeks. That is the nice thing about Safari. It sucks going, like, super over odds for Safari Week just to, like, fail a shiny. What just happened? I accidentally hit the Pokedex on the bottom screen. But, you know, like, if I just try, like, I could easily get, like, I could probably easily get, like, 5,000 or something, 6K a day. And I could probably even go harder than that. I'm trying to think of, like, the last shiny hunt I did on all these, like, games. So, obviously, the last shiny hunt I did on Heart Gold Soul Silver was the Dratini. And it was this one that got it. This one, I think the last shiny was the Muck. And then these games, the last shiny was like... It was when I was hunting in, for like the Meowth and stuff, and I don't think Leaf Green got anything during those hunts, so... I think Leaf Green is pretty due. And that's what we want, because Leaf Green's where we get Nidoran female. And I am extremely due for a couple Nidoran females. I have seen 5 of the Nidoran males, 4 Nidorans, 1 Nidorino on Fire Red, and I have only seen 1 Nidoran female, and it was also on Fire Red, and it was a 5%. Never seen the most common set of Pokemon on Leaf Green in the Safari Zone yet. Only ever seen Executes and Rhyhorns on Leaf Green. Yeah, Muck's shiny is green. Think of like shiny Grimer, but a little more like of a... Well, it's like the same as shiny Grimer in older games. In newer games, Muck is more of like a darker green. Calling 6.2k for first shiny and Krabby. That's bold, because my last 2 Safari shinies were Krabby. So we're definitely not due for Krabby. But I'll take it, because I need to reclaim the Krabby that I failed last year after it being my second longest hunt of all time. That hurt. Switching to hunt Vibrava and Flygon in the terrarium now. Good luck. What's up, Mike Breaks? Welcome in. Mike Breaks, thank you for the shiny block. The Safari week you did, you hunted all week on 2 systems and only got 1 shiny last year. You got Slowpoke and 120 some encounters. Safari week is so funny. Yeah, so my first year I think I hunted on 3 systems. And my first phase was like 20k. And I failed it. My second phase was like 24k exactly. And I failed it. No, maybe I was hunting on 4 systems. No, I think I was hunting on 4 systems my first year. The second phase was 24k and I failed it. And then my third phase was like 5k and I caught it. And that was like it for my whole Safari week. Then 2022, I had the best shiny luck I will probably ever have in my entire lifetime of shiny hunting. I got, I think, 4 in a day. And then 3 in a day, or something like that. And it was like we'd get a shiny, like our longest phase, the way we did it was like after 1200 encounters, we would reset the bottom game so we didn't ding dong. I was finding a shiny consistently before we would like reset our games. And then like I had like 1 phase where I went like 5k. It was like 5.9k for Parasect. And then literally like 100 encounters after that, another shiny. And then I'd get like another one after like 300 or something. Like it was ridiculous. There was just so many. Like we found like, how many shinies we found? We found like 11 shinies or something that year. And only like 4 of them were like over 1,000 encounters. Like I'm not even kidding. It was insane. And you guys know, see how fast we're getting through encounters. Like that, like if we get one under 1,000, that's like literally 30 minutes of hunting. And then if you get one like in the hundreds, that's literally like a minute or 2 of hunting. Like, unreal. Taylor, thank you for the shiny luck. What does Vibrava look like? No, it's not light green with blue accents. It's orange. Shiny Vibrava has like orange wings. All the luck is building up for the Mew hunt. No, it ain't, because we've already passed that. Even if I get shiny Mew in the next, like, 300 encounters or something, it's still not luck that I got for it. We're past getting lucky for Mew. What about Flygon? Flygon has, like, bluish... It's got, like, blue on, like, the top of it. It's, like, a lighter green with, like, a light blue. And then I think the eyes are orange. They're all noticeable shinies. Like, you shouldn't have to worry about it. I'm gonna see if I can get to 4,700 before resetting, but I don't think we can. I think we gotta try. I think we gotta go for like 1,200 per reset. You're contemplating going for the Safari Zone Dragonair? I don't even know if I should like convince you to do that. Fishing encounters are slow, and 1% are brutal, and Dragonair's hard to catch, so... There's only been one, like, official recorded documentation of someone finding the shiny 1% Dragonair, and that was Oliver MKP. And they did that last year. And we still don't even... They still haven't even shared if they, like, caught it or not. Part of me thinks they did, but I don't know. Like, I mean... Something like that, you gotta see a few times in order to catch, so... But they're making, like, a really big deal about, like, the videos they're making for that Dragonair, so I feel like if you're putting all this work into something that just fled, I don't know. Makes me think they did catch it. But any other report of, like, a shiny Dragonair is, like, someone who hacked it, usually. You got shiny Growlithe, congrats. Made you want it, but you know it's ridiculous. I'm the kind of person who just, like, I just can't bring myself to target a 1% unless it's the only way to get said Pokemon. Like, for example, like, the Family of 3 Mousehold. That's a 1% shiny. That one I would do. But, like, going for a 1% of a Pokemon that I can literally just buy from the game corner, like, I'm just not interested in that. Especially in the Safari Zone. So I don't target, like, the rare stuff in the Safari Zone. If they happen, then great, but I'm not gonna, like, waste my time phasing 100+ times just to fail a shiny. That's just not me. Respect to anyone that does it. It's crazy seeing people catch, like, super rare stuff, but that's just not something I would, like, go out of my way for. If I'm gonna spend a lot of time on, like, a crazy shiny hunt, it's gonna be, like, Manaphy. You thought the rule said no fishing rods this year. I always, like... I know it's, like, a joke when they say, like, here's the rules... But it always, like, I'm always like, who thinks of, like, why do you think of these rules? Like, one of the years they're like, no repels. Like, dude, people are gonna think that's, like, a serious thing. You don't have to make it yourself difficult for the same species. Yeah, like, for me, like, I understand, like, people like, and I totally get it, like, wanting to go for a super rare shiny. But for me, it's like, when the shiny has a much easier way to hunt it, especially if it's still, like, a full odd shiny, I'm not gonna, like, bother just trying to torture myself to, like, go for, like, the really hard version when it's, like, no different. For me. But if the Pokemon only has a really hard way to hunt it, that's when I'm interested. Like, Jirachi or Manaphy. Whenever there's only, like, one way to hunt the shiny and it's ridiculous, but that's the only way to get it, that's when I'm interested. Found a sealed copy of Pokemon Ranger games in the game store recently. Let me see how much this is. The heart's covering up the message. $374 for all of them. All three? Aren't there 3 of them? Or if you're talking the OG one, you may have gotten scammed. I'm pretty sure you can still buy the OG one for pretty cheap, like authentic. You thought about editing the fishing sprites to make it look like a spear?
Does put a smile on my face.
Fresh Prince, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. What new megas could you realistically see in Legends? Dude, I feel like we have this conversation all the time. I have no idea. The only one I would like to see, like, realistically would be Dragonite. Like, they could pick literally anything. Like, let's be real. We don't know anything about Legends ZA. If we start seeing, like, more context from, like, gameplay trailers, that's when I can start making, like, predictions. I just can't be making predictions because I'm throwing into nothing. Like, I'm just taking a shot into nothing because we know nothing about the games. Like, we don't know what Pokemon are going to even be included, besides the Kalos Pokemon, obviously. And outside of, like, the starters, like, I can't really make a prediction as to what might get a Mega. The only thing you want to do is get a shiny in every way possible, and every game at least one shiny. When you mean by, like, every way possible, do you mean, like, different methods, or just, like... Because, like, that's kind of a slippery slope, what you would consider, like, different from others. Mitchie, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. Just for the one you can get Manaphy Egg from, you didn't buy it. You have Manaphy and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon that you're breeding for Fiona at the minute. At the moment. You can get the Manaphy Egg, I think, from all the Ranger games. But if it's the OG one, I'm pretty sure you can still buy them for pretty cheap online. Do you want to hear a ridiculous shiny hunt you want? You want to catch a shiny Carbink from the deepest depths of Scarlet Violet DLC near the Crystal Tree. They're static encounters, but you don't think they're locked, and they do have different encounter locations. Well, I don't know if that's like a ridiculous shiny hunt, but I mean, it's harder than most. If they're like the fixed spawns, you just have to do resets for them. It's not terrible. It's gonna be slow, but it's gonna be no different than like any other shiny hunt in other games. But it'd be a cool, unique way to get Carbink, for sure. Yeah, different methods. Yeah, I wanna like get like... Now, when we say different methods, see, this is what I'm talking about, like slippery slope. Do you include like any method to obtain a shiny, or just methods that increase your shiny odds? Because people have different definitions of methods. The more common definition of a method is like anything that would like raise your shiny odds. But in reality, a method for a shiny hunt would be like, you know, random encounters is a method. Soft resets is a method. Those don't necessarily raise your shiny odds, but they are methods to like find shinies, you know? In fact, did you miss anything? We found 3 shinies and managed to get all the way back up to 4,346. Isn't that crazy? I just haven't added them on the wins or fails yet because I want it to be a surprise. Maybe regional forms. See, I don't even know what they like if they're even gonna do regional forms in Legends ZA. They only did 2 regional forms in Scarlet and Violet. Now, that may have been because they started messing with like convergent forms and Paradox Pokemon, and they probably didn't want to like rehash too many older Pokemon. But yeah, they only had 2 regional variants in Scarlet and Violet, so it made me think like, oh, maybe they aren't wanting to do that anymore. I don't know. We really don't know anything about Legends ZA. How lucky can one person get? See, what's crazy is that I obviously I'm joking, but like that is kind of what happened like 2022. We didn't like get to 4,000 super quickly after, but like We were literally finding shinies like every like 20 minutes or so. Some of those streams. You can't save down there, I believe, so you have to come back up every time. Really? You can't save in the depths of Area 0? I would have never thought about that. I would have never even, like, thought to, like, try to save in there. So you'd have to save, like, in the lab. Does that re-roll them, or do you have to, like, KO them? Like, do the same process you would for, like, a normal fixed spawn reset? Where you have to, like, KO them, then change the date. Very interesting. Method... You mean the methods like random encounters, fishing, chain fishing, co-creator, breeding, a method, etc. Okay, so just, like, anything that is, like, results in you getting a shiny. So, like, you would include, like, fossil revives as one, and, like, Pokepelago as one. But you would also include, like, wormhole shiny hunting and stuff like that. That's kind of what I want to do. What were the regional variants? Tauros and Wooper. The only two. Like, technically there's 3 different Tauros, but it's all just Paldean Tauros, so... They do respawn if you leave and come back, so you think you can just KO them? Interesting. Okay, so that wouldn't be bad. I can't imagine it would be easier, or sorry, harder than the resets. It's probably faster to go in and out of the lab than it is to reset over them. Because the resets in Scarlet and Violet are the longest Pokemon resets on the Switch. We timed them. They're like, I think they're like almost a minute long. They're like 50 seconds or something just to load the game up. So you'd probably be better off doing like a Let's Go mode, KO them, and then just go in and out of like the lab to respawn them. That wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, BDSP, they must have fixed something, because when I was testing BDSP, it only took me like 30 seconds to load it up from a reset. When I remember hunting like Drifloon, it was like a consistent like 45 seconds. And it could have been the area I was in, so maybe BDSP is just inconsistent, but I mean, even when it was like bad for resets, it was still faster than Scarlet and Violet. And then, to no one's surprise, Sword and Shield was the fastest game to reset in on the Switch, because Sword and Shield, like, is pretty quick. Like, it's obvious. It wasn't until BDSP when people were like, man, resets are slow. Let's Go was pretty slow, too, but that's mainly because, like, the intro, like, thing takes a while, where you have to, like, Pikachu or Eevee run across the screen. You have to, like, select your controller every time. 100% you can save in Area 0 depths. You've done it before. Oh, okay, never mind then. But I guess it wouldn't matter, because if you can just respawn them by, like, KOing them and then going in and out, then you wouldn't need to do resets for them anyway. You're still soft resetting for Mythical, so maybe you'll have to pick that up. Yeah, do it. The Mythicals are cooler. Go for quality over quantity of shinies. Unless it's Safari Week, then just go for quantity. You realize you get Manaphy Egg from the other Ranger Tiles? You have Shadows of Almia currently. I'm not sure if it's all 3, but I know it's at least 2 of them. But I think it is all 3. What's Ogerpon's gender ratio if it wasn't guaranteed to be female? There is no gender ratio for it. It's just 100% female. Like, it's not like a forced female Ogerpon in Kitakami. Like, Ogerpon is always just a female legendary. It's like Latias. Terapagos is the weird one that actually has like a 50-50 gender ratio, but is forced to be male in Area 0. The Loyal 3? I would assume whatever genders they are is what they're guaranteed to be. I don't know what genders they are, if they even have genders. I would assume it's the same. Most legendaries, if they have a gender, are guaranteed to be that gender, like, no matter what. There's only, like, essentially 2 exceptions. Shiny Krabby! I saw that right away. And it's on... I think this is actually the game that got Krabby every time. Last Safari Week. After 4,520... I guess let me close... I'm worried about this game, by the way, because I had an issue with it, so I'm going to turn that off. I'm actually going to turn all of these off, because I'm going to reset them anyway. Might as well not keep them running for now. Shiny Krabby... Whoa, let me smack my camera. After 4,520, whoever predicted... Yeah, it was Thor. Thor predicted Shiny Krabby, and I was like, there's no way. Our last 2 were Krabby. Cozy Shine, thank you for the shiny lock. Alright. Let me get this situated, and then we can try to catch this thing. Let me try to get a good picture of it. I gotta turn the lights off. Try to get a good picture of it. And then I gotta tweet it before we attempt to catch it, so I don't, like, hint towards anything. Okay, can we not? My camera's being weird. Yeah, that's not bad. Just get a few pictures here. Alright, let me see if I can, like, crop one of these photos. This last one I took's pretty good. Just got to adjust it. I guess we'll do the on-screen adjustments of this. I zoomed in a little too much. We gotta angle it just a little bit so that it's flat, so we can crop it. This is how I get my photos for posting on Twitter. If anyone hasn't done so yet, follow me on Twitter. That's a pretty good photo. Alright, let me tweet this photo out. Hey, it feels good to get an under-odd shiny, man. Shiny Krabby as my first shiny for Safari Week 2024. It came after... I'm already getting nervous, guys. I'm already getting nervous. It came after 4,520 encounters. Hopefully, I can catch this one. Not gonna reveal it. Oh, I'll do the hashtag Safari Week 2024 thing, I guess. Hashtag Safari Week. I'll do 2 hashtags. Hashtag Safari Week 2024. Alright. Oh, dude, I'm already getting nervous, man. Taylor, thank you for the shiny lock. I'll get it first ball. See, the issue with Heart Gold Soul Silver is that the catch rates are usually pretty good, but the flea rates are terrible. And if I'm not mistaken, Krabby has a 50% chance to get caught. And I'm not gonna say anything, you know, but like the last one broke out and fled. So if odds were to suggest anything, would be maybe I catch this one in a ball. The issue is if it breaks out, it's extremely likely to flee. I think it's like a 35 or 40% flee rate. Where is Krabby? Isn't this in number order? I don't know what number Krabby is. There it is. Odds to capture per ball, 50.28%. Odds to flee per turn, 35.69. So we're more likely to catch it than flee it. But if it breaks out, it's very likely to run. So let me get a better angle really quick. We'll close this game. Man, 3 Krabbies, a Slowpoke, a Slowbro, and no Doduos just yet. Let me get my other box so we can like get a better angle for catching this thing. What if I throw a mud at it? I'm not doing that. That'd be stupid. Don't worry, I'll adjust the focus. Focus actually isn't even bad. Oh, that's not what I wanted to hit. That's pretty good. I just hit 1 over. All right. Let me turn the lights back on, actually. All right. You want it to run faster? What do you mean? No, I'm saying the flee rate is high. I'm not saying I want it to be more than it is. I'm saying it's already a very high flee rate. Yeah, 60% to stay. That makes it sound a little better. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna throw a ball. One, 2, 3. And we caught it, baby! Let's go! My first Safari Zone reclaim. Let's go. What do we guys have for nicknames? I'm probably going to evolve this one into a Kingler, because last year I got one as a Krabby, and we kept it as a Krabby. So this completes the Krabby line. Oh, what a great start for my Safari week. I'm like a couple days early, but I'm missing the last 4 days, so we had to do early. I'm going to not nickname it now, but, you know, guys in chat, leave nicknames. Let's retire. And then we'll be able to save. I got Chad calling me. Come on, Chad. I caught a shiny. Oh, I feel like my hat's sliding down. Hopefully this isn't like coming undone. I think it's good. I think I'm just crazy. Just need to adjust my hat, you know? Alright, so what do you guys got for nickname, or not nicknames, natures? We got Hasty, Calm, Sassy, Sassy, a couple Sassies, we got a Rash. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Bold Nature. Let's see what we got. Does it say the nature on the top? Oh yeah, we got Lax, Staryu, Adamant, I named it Nightingale. Adamant, Honchcrow. Modest, Opie, the slow bro. And I said bold, it's gonna be gentle. I don't think anyone said gentle. Unfortunate. What's the nature of my other one? Gentle is up, special defense, lower defense, so that's whatever, I guess. Did I save? I should save again. Well, now I gotta figure out where to go now, because I can get duplicates in the Safari Zone. We'll have to figure this out. But I'll take it. First shiny, under odds, it's a win, and it reclaimed my Krabby and completed the Krabby line for me, which is awesome. So let's switch it into the front. And then let's turn animations on. Alright, I'm gonna switch my mic around so you guys can hear the volume better. Hopefully I don't unplug the mic because it happens often. Alright, let's check this thing out. We got a regular Growlithe and shiny Krabby. Look at that. I probably can't run from this thing. Let's see. No, we can. Nice. Let's do one with the ball. Where we throw the ball out. Regular Tauros. And shiny Krabby in the Safari Ball. Nice. Now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna hunt in the Safari Zone, because, you know, I didn't expect Heart Gold Soul Silver to get the first one, if I'm being honest. And I also didn't expect another Krabby. Alright, let's get out of here. What do you guys got for nickname ideas? Do you get separate ones for Gmax forms? No. No, I don't. Which means I will, because I'm doing this thing now where I'm trying to draw every, like, shiny I get full odds live on my channel. I'll have to draw both Kingler and Gigantamax Kingler. Wait, am I good here? Yeah, Staryu's in the front. Good, good, good. Crab King Bisque. Crab Cake. I feel like there's sometimes a good nickname I have for Kinglers, and I can't remember what it is. Cash Money. It's gonna be a Kingler, so I'm not gonna name it Nugget. You like Midori? I don't know what that means, though. Hunt in the Desert, Spinda's there. I'm sure you have to set up stuff for Spinda, and I don't have stuff set up for Spinda. Yo, what's up, St. Paul? Also, I'll flip this around so it's not as weird to hear me. I started early, Isaac. It starts on Friday, so in 2 days. Since it's green like the Jolly Green Giant, and there's a phrase, Gentle Giant, you could name him Andre the Giant. Who is Andre? Isn't Andre the Giant like a basketball player or someone? Midori is green in Japanese. Interesting. Crunchy for the name. That's honestly a pretty good one. Crunchy. Andre was a wrestler. Okay, I was close. It was a sport. I don't keep up with sports, guys.
Smile on my face.
Sanjay, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. What if I named it like Eugene, like Mr. Krabs? Cucumber? I named the Krabby, I named it Patty for Krabby Patty. What if I named it like Eugene? You watched your my Shiny Darkrai video reaction on Platinum. As you set up your own, you had to come through. Nice. Good luck on your Darkrai, Eugene. Alright, what do we got? So, I'm thinking Eugene. I also like Crunchy and Midori.
But Midori's kind of generic because like there's so many green shinies. You can do that for like anything. Crab cake. Did I see crab cake? Big meaty claw. Can I fit that? Wait, that might actually be perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12 characters. Maybe we don't name it Big Meaty Claw, but we name it Meaty Claw. Which sounds kind of weird. But I kind of like that. Let's do that. Let's do Meaty Claw. BMG? Should I do BMG or Meaty Claw? BMG. We don't need to spell out BMG. We're gonna be like crazy. Meaty Claw. Everyone in Twitch is saying Meaty Claw. I think I'll go with Meaty Claw. How many characters is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we can do Meaty Claw with a space. Yeah, we caught the Krabby. I'm very happy. My first ever Safari Zone reclaim, because either I just didn't fail a shiny like Rhyhorn and Nidoran, where I've just caught every single one, or I caught the Pokemon first, then failed it, being like Execute. I caught my first Execute, then proceeded to fail the additional 3 after, or Krabby, where I caught my first and then failed the second one, or ones I just failed and never saw again, like Parasect or Slowbro. This is the first time I've ever failed a shiny in the Safari Zone and actually reclaimed it. This is not where I need to be. Either way, they ain't just for attracting mates. True. Yeah, no, that's perfect. I like the SpongeBob reference, especially because both of them are gonna have it. Have them be on theme. And we're gonna do all caps, like St. Paul's said, or Sfeel said. St. Paul's did the shortening in all caps. Big meaty claws. All right. Meaty claw. Or should I do... Oh, not clam. Should I do meaty claw? Or meaty claws with an S and no space? We're being like super... We're dissecting this. So we do meaty claws plural with no space, or meaty claw singular with a space? You don't even like SpongeBob that much? SpongeBob is fantastic in the earlier seasons. It only has one big claw. Man, it really has been a minute since I've seen a Kingler, I guess. Okay, I'll do meaty claw with a space. Look at that, meaty claw. It is better than before, for sure. I will evolve it at the end of Safari Week. Once Safari Week ends, we'll evolve everything we need to. So we're gonna keep it as the Krabby for now. We'll definitely evolve it at the end. Whoops. Don't forget to reset the counter. I know to reset that counter. I'm not gonna start at 50. I also have to add it to the win side. Start polls on Twitch and YouTube and have us vote for the next shiny. I honestly don't know how that works, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, vote, like, what do you think the next shiny would be? I don't have, like, predictions. I don't know how to do that, honestly. I'm very basic when it comes to Twitch, and I don't even think you can do that on YouTube. So, just say what shiny you think you'll get, because Thor got it right last time. That was pretty cool. Oh, vote for the name? I usually don't do a vote unless I'm, like, really torn. Oh, you can do polls on YouTube? Oh, I don't know how to do that, though. You predict Duo as next one. That'd be a cool one. I gotta figure out where I need to go for the next one. So I gotta do, like, some research now. Let me stop recording. Save this recording. Ooh. New folder. I will title this Safari Week. And then we'll put this in here so I don't lose it. So that's good. You think I'm getting Oddish next? I'm probably not hunting where I can get Oddish. We'll see, though. I don't know what can be in the Safari Zone, I'm going to be honest. I'm not... even though this is my 3rd year doing Heart Gold Soul Silver Safari Zone, I don't really know how it works, honestly. I've only hunted in this area. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so peak. Following our block base. Okay, blah, blah, blah. We don't want block base. So peak has a lot that I don't need. So we probably won't do peak. Desert has Sandshrew, Cubone, Marowak, and Fearow at night. We might do that. It's 70% Sandshrew or Sandslash. 30% Cubone, Marowak. That could be pretty cool. Let's see. Plains has a lot of rats, which is scary. Abra, which is not bad. Girafarig, which is kind of cool. Stantler, Smeargle. What is this? Meadow has Jiggly... 50% Jigglypuff in the morning's kind of crazy. 40% Hoppip. Jigglypuff's one I gotta reclaim as, like, a full odds. I might do that, too. Forest has Bellsprout, which is pretty cool. I need that. Mr. Mime, which is pretty cool. Mischievous. The thing that sucks, though, is Pidgey. It's got 30% Pidgey. But if I turn it to night, the Pidgey gets replaced with, like, Ghastlies and Haunters and Mischievous. But then I don't get Mr. Mime. That's kind of a tough one. Swamp. We got more Jigglypuff. Paris. Drowsy and Hypno at night. Sentret, Murkrow, day or night. Marshland has a lot of stuff I don't need. Right? If I do it at night, I technically need everything. Because it would be Oddish, Gloom, has been established. Also, I'm not looking at chat, but we just disconnected slightly. We're back, though. So don't you guys worry about that. Don't worry about a thing. We're still here. Rocky Beach, we were already doing. Duo, Krabby, yeah. Is that it? Wasteland. Machop, Machoke, don't need those. Onyx, and Fearow, and Kangaskhan. What's this? Savannah. There's so many areas in the Safari Zone. What the heck? Nidoran female and male. Yikes. Nidorino, Golbat, Rhyhorn, Tauros-ish. Wetland. How many areas are in this? What the heck? Psyduck, Golduck, Farfetch'd. Don't need Farfetch'd. Don't need Ditto. Nighttime, I think I need everything. Wooper, Quagsire, Golduck, Psyduck. Okay. It's a possibility. I'm leaning towards... Also, did everyone make it back all right? I did disconnect for like a second. You'll admit that SpongeBob is better than Adventure Time? You really hate Adventure Time? I feel like that's a hot take. I've never seen Adventure Time, though. You predict a shiny Execute? That'd be cool. It'd be cool if we caught one. 2 days early is crazy. No, it's not. I did like more days early before. And like literally everyone was hunting Safari Zone like a week before, so no, it's not. Okay, so I'm leaning towards either the deserts, which has... It's only going to be Sandshrew, Sandslash, Cubone, and Marowak. The only thing I'm a little... Like, if I get 2 Sandshrews, I'll have to essentially quit on my XD hunt, which I'm like 6k in on that, so I don't know. Unless I see it till the end and just hope I get a Gligar, but... Sandshrew, Sandslash, Cubone, Marowak. And then the other thing I'm thinking of is... in the morning... I do Meadow, which is 50% Jigglypuff, 40% Hoppip, 10% Skiploom. So what are we thinking? Are we thinking Meadow? Are we thinking like Jigglypuff? Well, let me see what's like easier to catch, Loki. That might influence what I go for. Because obviously Sandslash is like super cool. There is also a really good way to repel trick Sandslash in Leaf Green. So that's also something, but Cubone and Marowak are kind of enticing, but like Jigglypuff would be cool. Sandshrew, Sandslash. Sandshrew's the same exact catch and flee rate as Krabby was. Sandslash is pretty much the same as like an Execute in Fire Red Leaf Green, so that's not awful. I gotta find Jigglypuff now. Jigglypuff is... Oh, Jigglypuff's, like, really hard to catch. Jigglypuff is a 33% catch and a 47% flee. Why is it like that? What was the other one? It was like... So, let me check Cubone. 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 Cubone is 40% catch rate, 35% flee rate, so very similar. Technically a little more likely, but pretty much a coin flip. Marowak is very similar to that of, like, a slightly harder to catch Execute, I guess. It's funny that the evolved ones have lower flee rates. That is very interesting. And for some reason, Jigglypuff is, like, ready to dip at any point. Let me check Hoppip really quick. I'm still leaning towards, Hoppip's, like, the same as Krabby. Skiploom is worse. Skiploom's same flee rate, but half the catch rate, essentially. Almost half the catch rate. A little more than half the catch rate. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the one... I'm thinking the one with Sandshrew, I think, would be cool. They seem easier to catch, and they're also kind of the cooler shinies, low-key. Sweet Hat, what's it evolve into? My hat? It evolves into an Executor. Leaning towards Desert. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, they know they're stronger. I wonder if it's just their way of being like... Because obviously when... In these older games, shiny hunting wasn't, like, the idea behind these things. Clearly, I always say that for, like XD. When I was hunting in XD, it was like, these resets are brutal. But they weren't ever thinking people were gonna shiny hunt these. Like, that's not what they were intended. Like, or it was, like, the fact that Munchlax is, like, so common and, like, ruins it. But, they weren't, like... They weren't thinking, like, oh, people are gonna shiny hunt this, so that's not what was intended. I think the idea behind the fully evolved ones having a less chance of running is they're more rare. So when you find one, you have like you can at least chuck a few balls at it before it runs and try to catch it without having to like level up a Pokemon. That's probably the idea. Yeah, Von Blood, if you can't see anything, refresh because we just disconnected for a second. Alright, so let me see if I can set up a desert area. It's just desert, right? Plains, meadow... No, desert was up higher. No, it wasn't. Where's desert at? Oh, no, it was up higher. Desert... Yeah, so just desert will be... Is that what this is? It kind of looks like that's what this is. We'll literally just switch it with the rocky beach. Wait, that didn't work. No, that's not it. Wait, let's go to 2. It is this one. There it is. Oh, it says right on the top screen. There we go. All right, so this one's good. Man, the technology they have, they just move biomes. Unreal. All right, so I have to update my, let me take my hat off for a second. I feel like this thing's starting to slide. Hopefully it's not, like, getting undone. I might need to adjust, like, that. Or I've been wearing it for a minute. So let's see. So this game should be good. So that's good. Now we'll start setting this back up. Get rid of this box for now. Grab these games. I gotta set up this one too. I guess I can just reset, right? So we don't spend the $500 every time? We didn't get anything on this? Alright, so let's change this to the desert. And then save. I made the hat. I made the hat myself from scratch. You just made the worst video on the planet? I don't know, there's some pretty bad videos out there. That might be tough to actually do. Okay. Let me get this all set up, and then I gotta, well, let me fix the layout. We have to change this. I have to download all the sprites first. So, we're just gonna be in the daytime, and it's day and the morning are the same. It's only Firo changes at night, so we just don't want it to be night, which I think we're good. Just gonna download these, like, sprites really quick. It's not every day you can, like, find a shiny, catch it, and then be, like on stream, and then be like, alright, I gotta, like, change areas now. Doesn't happen very often. So there's the Sand Shrew. What was the other one? It was Sand Shrew. Sand Slash, and then Cubone Marowak, I think is everything. Entry Slash, yeah. Sand Shrew, Sand Slash, Cubone, and Marowak. Marowak yourself in the face. Dude, shiny Sand Slash is incredible. Let's get Cubone up. And Cubone and Marowak are, like, low-key kind of rare shinies. Like, you have, like, a pretty low encounter rate for them in, like, all of Kanto. So having, like, an opportunity, even though it's a lot lower than the Sandshrew line, it's still 30% for either of them, like, combined. That can be all it takes. Marowak. Save as. And we like, if we catch a Cubone, we're still gonna keep going for, well, we would need to. But, like, if we get another Cubone, like, we still need him for a Alolan Marowak, too. Staryu looks so cute. What counter do I use? Death counter and soundboard is what it's called. Did Safari Week start already? I just started a couple days early because I'm gonna miss the last few days. Death counter? Yeah, so like the thing behind it is like when you do like challenge runs or like speed runs or something, a lot of times streamers like to count how many times they've died doing like the run. But if you're shiny hunting, instead of counting deaths, you're just counting encounters. So that's why it's just called Death Guy. It wasn't designed for shiny hunters, but it's something shiny hunters use a lot. All right, let's change this. The only thing that sucks about switching areas now is that I like Doduo. I won't be able to get Doduo anymore in this area, but at least I'll still be able to get it in Kanto. So let's remove this, 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 and this, and then we add files. Hopefully they're all at the bottom. I have this folder of like fire red, leaf green, shiny sprites, but I've since just started adding like every sprite I can to it whenever I want. Okay, so there's Sandshrew. I think we're gonna want control. There we go. Sand/, Cubone, Marowak. There we go. Let's just check this out. See if it's like positioned in a good spot. Yeah, it is with the Venomoth. Yeah, I think it's positioned well. Let's look at all of them. Make sure that's good. There we go. Look at that. You have a 0-2 record for the Safari Zone starting back in 2005. You got to start hunting in Safari Week, man. Do some Safari Weeks. Go crazy. You'll win some. All right, so now we need to add... Who's this? That's Mew. We don't want to add Mew. We want to add Venusaur. Now we got Krabby. Where's Krabby? Where is Krabby? There it is. Krabby. Do I put it here or here? I think I'm going to put it over here. Look at that. One for the win side. But let's get rid of... Set this to 0. Feels good to have a good start for Safari Week. An under-odds win that we needed. I was convinced I was either going to fail the first thing I needed or just get another Nidoran male and catch it. You have 4 games ready, getting a 5th ready right now. Nice. Yeah, you're going to kill it this year. You might fail some, but you're going to win some too. You only have 1 game and you're a coward. No Safari Week for you. Yeah, it's really scary to start Safari Zone, especially with 1 game. I started Safari Zone hunting, I think, with 4 games, so... And I got lucky. I caught my first 2, so it's... That's the thing about Safari Zone, is that it's really scary and you don't want to fail shinies, and it sucks and it makes you want to throw up when you fail a shiny that you wanted. But when you catch them, it's just crazy when you catch them. Alright, let me get this angle situated. I'm gonna have to take a quick break, but let me get this situated first so that the angle looks good and whatnot. These games up. Where's my mouse pad? Where did I put my mouse pad? Oh, it's over here. I don't know why. I don't know why I moved that. Alright. You have 3 handhelds that are still in Japan, so those will be here for your 2025 for the 2025 hunt. Nice. You still have the thrill of Safari Week. Yeah, it's like it's one of those things where like in the moment, if you fail a shiny you really wanted, it like hurts. But you always look back on it like, you know, that was a good time. Like even though last year my Safari Week was pretty terrible, I still look back on it being like, you know what? I caught a Krabby and a Doduo last year. Just in like a week of hunting. Dude, why is Walt calling me right now? Come on, man. Alright, let me make sure I adjusted the focus for that, but I only did like one over, so let me do... That seemed like a lot of a change. See, that's like blurry now. And that's like fine. Let me go back a little bit. Alright, that looks pretty good. They're not gonna always be like perfectly in focus, and that's because just the DSs are a little farther back. It just happens, but we can get it pretty decent. Let's do that. Alright. Alright, let me take a quick break. And then I will be back. Until I'll be back and we'll start phase 2. Cobalt SP, Gundam SP, and Gundam DS Lite. Nice. I only have like one limited edition console, and that's the Scarlet and Violet Switch. There's no way Banka's alive in 2025. I think it's likely it'll be alive in 2025. But who knows? We don't really know for sure. Alright, I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm gonna try something. I don't know if I'm using this correctly because I read the instructions and I feel like I don't know how it really works. But I have this like portable AC thing that you fill with water and then it shoots cool air on you. So I'm gonna try that. Hopefully it works. Where should I angle it though? Might make more sense to put it over here. So I can still see everything. But apparently you're supposed to like pre-soak this cartridge thing. Okay, plugged it in. There we go. Okay, I'm starting to think I should put this over here. I think it's competing with the portable fan I have. You're supposed to pre-soak the cartridge. I couldn't figure out how to take the cartridge out. And I didn't want to spend too much time doing that. So I just filled it with water and we're going to hope for the best. I'm actually going to put it here. Oh, this game needs to be charged. Hold on, let me grab that. I thought I charged everything. What's the battery on that one's just not great. My goal was to charge the DS's every other day. And then charge the Game Boys every day. But I guess, I don't know. Hoping to get to Emerald post-game before Safari Week since we're also starting early. Won't be doing any Johto hunts in Emerald till next year. Unfortunate. Okay, this seems like it's... I need to like change the angle of this fan. So it's more like not competing with that. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Do you wish I played some copyright-free background music? I wish I could too, but there's multiple reasons why I don't. Biggest reason is I don't have YouTube Premium, so if I played like background music, you would get hit with ads. Second reason was even if I play like music from the video games I'm playing, especially on YouTube, I still get hit with like, oh, this got claimed because of the song. And it's annoying. It was kind of an issue when I was doing the Gen 6 and 7 living dexes. Kept getting hit with like you had copyrighted music, and it's like I didn't. Literally playing music from the games I'm playing. Hoping you can participate enough to find one shiny. You work 12-hour days. 44-hour total for 2 weeks. Dang, that sucks. You got no notification. It was like the stream might be on because YouTube hates you. That sucks. Is the llama pinata thing the background of Fortnite thing? Yeah, it is from Fortnite. I made it when Fortnite was like the biggest game ever. Yeah, YouTube bots are not fun. It's so annoying. It's like frustrating. And it happens on Twitch too, just not as much. Twitch is better with it. YouTube, it's like literally, it's not even bots. It's like, well, actually it is bots. Because it's the bots that'll be like, this might be related to a song that's copyrighted. And then they'll alert the owner of the song they think it is. And the owner, like 100% of the time, will just be like, oh, you know what? I might as well make money off of this. Let's do it. So they just abuse it. It's so annoying. Alright, we need to continue. Alright. The hat. Yeah, I might need to adjust this hat slightly. I think it's like mainly here. Kind of looks like the threads are kind of getting pulled. I don't know. It could just be I'm not used to wearing this hat for as long as I'm wearing it. Who knows? Because it still stays up. Alright, on to phase 2. Hoping for a Fire Red Leaf Green Safari next. Technically, we're more likely. Are we gonna get an encounter with the Psyduck or Slowpoke on the way there? I feel like I have been, but it usually you're not like super likely to. With the yeah, no, we didn't. We did it the first like couple times. What was that? That was like 4,500. So we still haven't figured out if 1,500 is the play yet. Because we got that before 4,700, and then we reset our games anyway. So we'll get the encounters on these games. All right, where do we go? So there's a spot here. There's another. That spot's smaller. So we go here, and just hope. And there's an encounter. Guess we'll just get an encounter on this game too. Why not? So Sandshrew, Sandslash, Cubone, Marowak now. And then I gotta use White Flute on this game and the top 2 games. Alright. Back at it. Oh, I have animations on this game. I'm gonna have to remember to turn that off because I'm probably gonna reset. Alright. Venonat and Doduo. Venonat is definitely up there for, like, one I want most. Did I not grab my water? Oh my gosh, I gotta go get my water. I'll be right back, like, really fast. You're back yet, a step away for work stuff. What'd you miss? Did you miss the shiny, or just me starting the next phase? What's up, Clement? Welcome in. Alright, I gotta grab my water. This will take, like, 2 seconds, so I'll be right back. I went downstairs thinking I left my water downstairs. I left it in the room next to me. Alright. There's definitely cool air coming out of this, like, portable AC thing. But it doesn't really feel like it's reaching me well. I'm ready to pop off now. We got an under odds phase 1 on one of the games that wasn't as due for a shiny. I think technically Leaf Greens are the most due for a shiny. Feels good to win the first shiny, and it's not a Nidoran male. I was so expecting to get a Nidoran male first phase and catch it. Either that or just fail the first thing I got. That is just the power of Safari Week, though. It's like, I literally spent, like, weeks and weeks and weeks trying to find just a shiny Pokemon. I find a shiny Pokemon, I set up for Safari Week, and then in 2 days, another shiny. It's crazy. Yeah, I already caught a shiny. That's why there's a Krabby on the wind side. Double Tauros. I'm like scared though. I know I don't want to like. I'm not gonna be like acting like I'm gonna find everything I need in Heart Gold Soul Silver in this Safari Week because I've already done pretty well. But you know, like after we get through like one of these lines up here, I'll probably go for like the Jigglypuff, and that one's like kind of scary to go for. You set up 6 platinums for Safari Week. Nice. I've never done Great Marsh. I don't know, like, is it efficient? Like, can you get encounters really fast with it? Because you can't, like, Sweet Scent's not like it is in BDSP. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I thought the Nidoran male on the far right was shiny, and I was like, you're joking. I think, like, 114 was, like, when we got the Nidoran male after the Parasect. Or something like this, something similar. So we're going to try to get to another 1500 and see if we, like, ding-dong before that. If we ding-dong before 1500, I'm gonna just reset after 1200 each time. And dude, like, when you get kind of locked in, you start to go crazy. Like, look at this. Oh, I'm chucking a ball at this one. Break out. Break out. Break out. No. No. You know we're failing a Venonat now. I've already failed a Venonat, which is actually pretty unlikely to happen. I actually might save over that. No, I don't think I will. This save file got reset, and in order to get to the post-game, you have to catch 60 unique species of Pokemon. And the Safari Zone is actually really nice for that. It's like really easy. You guess modest on the Venonat. I'm not going to be checking its nature. But I'll just, you know, maybe it is modest. Working on a Gen 6 Origin all Pokemon living deck in Omega Ruby. Brooks, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. Did you not? Tornadus took 80-ish Pokeballs. That was like the average for like Gen 3 and 4. I don't know. I think because in Gen 7 the legendaries were not too hard to catch. Because I'm pretty sure in Gen 3 and 4, if you had them at like 1 HP and asleep, I'm pretty sure the average was like 80 Pokeballs to get caught. It was a joke? Yeah, I know it was a joke. What are my pronouns? I go by he, him, his, you know, pretty standard stuff. You failed Apom in Emerald and Bellsprout in Soul Silver. Apom is very likely to fail in Emerald. Apom is just like, I think it's the hardest thing to catch. You just want to be respectful? No, it's all good. I feel like typically if you go by, like, not typical pronouns, then it should be, like, your responsibility to let people know. As opposed to waiting for someone to get it wrong and then giving them crap for it. See, 80 is the average in Gen 3, and that's why you probably won't go back to Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. 80's not bad. Like, 80 takes like 20 minutes. There's only so many legendaries you need to catch. Do I mean Neo pronouns? Dude, I have no idea what they're called. I've never like, that's never been something I've like looked into really. I've never known someone personally that's gone by like different pronouns than you'd think, and I've never been one to go by different pronouns, so it's never been something I've like looked into or something. I don't know what people are calling them these days. I bet if I pre-soaked the cartridge on this thing and put it in the freezer, this thing would probably be crazy good. Because the ice that I put in it melted, and now it's pretty much just a weak fan. Although I will say, part of me wants to put it on like the floor. Because if I'm really thinking about it, my upper half is pretty comfortable right now, and like my legs are sweating. I really hope I see a Nidoran female. I'm very due for a Nidoran female. That's why you hate summer weather. Summer weather sucks, like, at night when you're trying to, like, sleep. Other than that, it's, like, okay if you have air conditioning. But my bedroom is just very hot. My bedroom pretty much just doesn't have AC. Like, it does, but the AC is so not, like, it just doesn't... It doesn't get anywhere in my room. It's like in this... It's like over here by the window. The AC, the cool air, like, comes out and just kind of sits in the low end of that corner of my room. So, like, if I walk over there, it's, like, comfortable for my legs. But, like, it doesn't reach anything else in my room, and the rest of my room is, like, super hot. You just like summer weather, but you'll take 90 to 100 degree Fahrenheit over negative 20 any day. Negative 20, like, never happens, though. Unless you live, like, extremely far north or south. Where I live, if we're gonna be in, like, the zeros or the negatives, it's for, like, one day. Like, it's not gonna happen often. But there is something to be said about, like, when it's really hot, you're very uncomfortable. When it's very cold, you're, like, actually in pain. So, yeah. It is probably better when it's, like, warmer. You're in Minnesota, so the wind chill can get as bad as negative 60. That's crazy. We've had, like, I think we've had, like, negative 40 once with wind chill, but that was, like, one time. If it's gonna be, like, super cold with wind chill, it's usually, like, negative 10s, if that. I'll tell you what, man, these Venomoths, every time they're going across the screen, they look like they're blue at first. Where you live, the lowest temperature was negative 4. Yeah, like, we rarely get, like, negatives without wind chill. And if we get negatives with wind chill, it's usually not, like, that low. It's usually not, like, negative 20 or whatever. We don't get negative where you are, only inland gets snow. Shout out Minnesota. Is Minnesota's not even that much farther north than I am. Let me look at a US map. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Minnesota is more north. Minnesota. Let me go to images. Okay, so, like, half of Minnesota is, like, roughly where I'm at. No, I'm a little bit south, but I'm not much more south. But yeah, half of Minnesota is actually pretty far north. So I guess it depends on where you live in Minnesota. You're 34 south. Is that like 34 degrees? I wouldn't know where that is, though. I'm not the best with maps, you know? So when you say that thing's blue in the shiny goes screen, you were mistake, it's fine. But when 4 of us say the freaking Muse always looks shiny going across the screen, we're the crazy ones. Yeah, because it didn't look blue. Well, okay, I say you're crazy because you were saying that one of them looked blue and the other didn't. When they were like the exact same angle and everything, they looked the same. I totally get shy-knowing yourself with like a Mew, but like to consistently say one of them looked blue when the other one didn't, it was just kind of crazy. I'm saying all the Venomoths look blue going across the screen. You're in the southeastern part of Minnesota, yeah, so you're probably not like super farther north than me. Look at all these Venonats. Beginning a Venonat would be cool. I'm still bummed I failed a Venonat, dude. It's so easy to catch Venonat, and I failed it. It's a 40% catch rate. So like 2 to 3 balls on average, you'll catch it. It's a 15% flea rate, meaning 1 in 7 roughly chance of it fleeing, and it broke out of the first 2 balls and fled. Like that's just unlucky. Shout out to South Dakota. You can literally be to Wisconsin in 15 minutes. Yeah, it would take me a while to get to Wisconsin from where I'm at. I need to start running from these faster. I keep running from them after getting the next set of encounters. Yeah, you guys are crazy. You're telling me it was blue on only the right game when they had the exact same angle. You guys just weren't. You probably just weren't looking at the left game. Isn't it crazy how we got that Krabby at 4,000? That would have been insane if we got Mew at 4,000. I got the Midwest Infinity Gauntlet complete in this chat. Yeah, true. We got Wisconsin, Minnesota, South Dakota. How do you change the music to make it old school on Heart Gold Soul Silver? Is that just in the options? It's not mono sound, is it? No, it's not. Interesting. You have to get it from an NPC. That's kind of what I thought after it's not in the options. Which I low-key might have it, actually. Let me check. Oh, it's eating. Bag. Well, I don't have it on this game. I don't have it on either game. Oh well. What if I got another shiny today? Two in one day would be great. It's been a minute since I've gotten a 2 in 1 day. I don't even know when the last 2 in 1 day was. I guess I can delete all of these photos of Krabby that I took because the last one was pretty good. What was the last 2 in 1 day shiny I got? No way it was 2022 Safari Week. Oh, it was the December 6th of last year. I got shiny Meowth and then Ekans after only 92 encounters. Oh, I actually also maybe my luck wasn't that bad last year because I got the muck and then the cloth in the same stream. I got the Aqua Breed Tauros and the Combat Breed Tauros in the same day, but that's a lot more expected, so I don't know if I want to count that. And then it was Safari Week. Okay, yeah. Second shiny before your Dialga shines on BDSP seems likely. 600 deep so far. Are you talking about a second shiny for me? No, I'm not 600 in. Wait, so are you hunting Dialga and then something else on the side? What are you hunting? What's the other thing you're hunting? Celadon Condominiums, 3 floor from Game Freak Sound Designer after obtaining all 16 badges. Yeah, that's probably something I'll just never think to go to. Yeah, Aqua Breed I got lucky with. I got lucky with the Aqua Breed and Blaze Breed. I had to do an additional hunt for the Combat Breed. I got Blaze and then Aqua first. I'm like the only one in history that had to go out of my way for a Combat Breed Tauros. You're 600 in so far hunting Dialga and just watching the stream, other Switch is charging. Oh, I see. Good luck on the Dialga. Those resets can be tough. Your Blaze Breed took over 1,000 eggs. Why would you be breeding for it? You're just asking for it to take a while. I full odds hunted mine, and it took 1,300 Blaze Breeds to get. And I didn't have to AFK for eggs. There's really no reason to breed for shinies in Scarlet and Violet unless it's the Paldean starters, or some people say like Spiritomb too, I guess. Like, that one's fine, I guess, but... You're just asking for like a worse time if you're breeding for shinies in Scarlet and Violet. Arceus is the other hunt on Pearl, but that's like sub 100 resets. Yeah, those resets are tough. Those are ones you just gotta like chip away at slowly while doing other things. Regular is extremely hard for you to spot, so you figured Masuda was easier. I never had an issue spotting the shiny Paldean Tauros. It's pretty noticeable. It's one of those Pokemon, I will say, it's one of those Pokemon that you will Shino yourself on over and over again, but as soon as the shiny actually shows up, you'll know immediately. Especially because they always, like, spawn in groups. You'll have, like, ones next to it to compare it to. You'll be hunting in Wise Friend Safari. This will be your first Safari Week. I don't want to be, like, gatekeeping or anything, but Safari Week is about hunting in a Safari Zone where they can run. So Friend Safari doesn't, like, count. Same with the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Safari. Because the idea is, like, they can run from you. It is a shame, though, that BDSP's Shiny Charm doesn't work, because obviously a lot more people would probably be more inclined to do it if the Shiny Charm worked in BDSP. But you still can do 1 in 4096 with BDSP, and Sweet Scent is pretty fast. Friend Safari needs its own week. I don't know about a week, but Friend Safari definitely needs its own event, for sure. Maybe like a weekend, like a Friend Safari weekend. I feel like a week of Friend Safari would get a little old. You like to breed for shinies so you can trade them to another file to play through the story again? Interesting. Best method you used was the 17 chain method on BDSP. Crazy how much better it really is if you don't mind resets. If you don't mind resets. Just like Pokeradar? Pokeradar kind of got butchered in BDSP, I'm gonna be honest. If people were figuring out that 17 is the most optimal way to shiny hunt with it, then that's like, that just means there's a flaw with the system. Because the most optimal way should be getting to 40. They just made it way too easy to break the chain. If it's all you got, you hope you have a good week. Yeah, I think like for Safari Week's sake, like Friend Safari should have its own event that's like not Safari Week. Because Safari Week, the idea is like you can fail shinies. And like the unfortunate reality is they just didn't really do Safari zones in modern games until BDSP. So if you got BDSP, I'd definitely recommend trying that out. Just to get like a Sweet Scent Pokemon. Encounters are pretty fast. If I ever get to a point where I want to do Great Marsh for Safari Week, I'll probably run like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and BDSP and see how that works. It could be interesting. You like BDSP for nostalgia, but absolutely they butchered the Pokeradar. Yeah, the radar is harder in BDSP by like quite a bit. I think their idea was like they made it harder because the odds were higher. But yeah, it's way too hard. Like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, if you know what you're doing, you can like, unless you're going for like a really rare like Pokemon, you can, for the most part, get a chain of 40 every time if you just have, like, the patience and know exactly what to go for. BDSP, it's like, you're very likely to break your chain by, like, the first 15 or something. Like, not even halfway. Like, the difference is, like, in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, you have, like, a very low chance to... You're, like... I forget what the actual odds are. Remember I, like, did it? I, like, checked the odds. But, like... In Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, you're, like, really likely to get to a chain of 40, when, like, BDSP, you're very unlikely to get to a chain of 40. You don't mind BDSP, though? You never played OG Gen 4 back in the day. BDSP is a fine game. It just was kind of a not great remake. I enjoy it because of, like, the nostalgia. But they needed to do more with it than what they did. Like, when people ask me if they should get BDSP, my response is, if you own the originals, then no. If you don't own the originals, then yes. Because it's definitely a solid game, but if you own the originals, there's not, like, a really great reason for the average person to buy the remakes. Because they're just not different enough. You're shiny hunting for Smoliv, good luck. Just got up to a chain of 10, then continue to run around until you see a shiny patch. I did a full odds shiny patch in BDSP. Where I just had a chain of 0 and just kept running the radar until I got a shiny patch to show up. And I also chained for Ditto. I got 2 shiny Dittos on a chain, and I also helped my cousin chain for a Starly. We ended up getting a shiny Starly with that. Hot take, Heart Gold, Soul Silver are not the best remakes, like, at all. I don't know about like at all. That's probably the hottest part, but I totally get when people don't prefer them as the best remakes. I personally think Fire Red Leaf Green are, like, the most enjoyable remakes for me, because Red and Blue are pretty hard games to play, but Fire Red Leaf Green are, like, very polished and great for shiny hunting. And added enough to keep you engaged after you beat the game. Heart Gold Soul Silver is not my favorite remake, and that's mainly because it's Gold and Silver remakes. I'm just not the biggest fan of Johto. Like, I will acknowledge that Heart Gold Soul Silver made the Johto games so much better, but I'm just not the biggest fan of Johto, so I don't really regard them as the best remakes. And then ORAS, I haven't played ORAS enough, but what I have played, I think I really liked, so I don't know why people hate on ORAS, honestly. To be honest, you like BDSP, PokeRadar is a great method. It's a good method, it's a lot worse than it was in the originals. Like, the originals, it's a lot easier to find shinies, and you can just keep getting shinies from them, but you have to, like, know what you're doing. It's more of, like, a skill-based shiny hunting method, when BDSP took a lot of the skill out and replaced it with just more luck, but, like, worse luck. That's kind of the issue. Like, if you do PokeRadar in, like, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, you can do a very good job consistently getting 40 chains and then not messing it up. There is always a slight chance that you'll break your chain just from sheer luck, but you're pretty unlikely. BDSP, you're, like, very likely to break your chain at any point, and there's, like, nothing you can do about it, even if you, like, know exactly how the radar works. It's just kind of frustrating that way. Our rest of the best 3D remakes. A lot of people do kind of agree with that nowadays, but I feel like a lot of people also hate on ORES. I'm kind of neither here nor there. Like, I think they're good remakes, but I haven't played them enough to be like they're the best. And I don't really get why people think they're the worst. Leaf Green Fire at his peak Kanto experience, but your favorite remakes are ORES, hands down. They don't like that it's not an Emerald remake. Oh, yeah, that's probably why. Yeah, I get that, but I think Emerald is the most overrated Pokemon game of all time. So, that's probably why I enjoy ORES. Arc Gold Soul Silver would have been better if they would have fixed the level curve from the originals. Yeah, that is wild that they didn't do that. Johto had a lot of concept, but for some reason it felt lackluster at the same time. Yeah. Like, prime example is, like, the level curve. It's kind of a chore to, like, play through the second half. Like, story-wise, like, I like the idea that, like, Gold and Silver are actually direct sequels of, like, Red and Blue. Like, I think that's really cool. I wish they did more of that. But just, like, Johto as a region, I think is a not well-designed region. And then the Kanto part is cool on paper, but, like, yeah, the level curve is just atrocious. Like, you don't level up fast enough, and so, like, you're either under-leveled the entire time, or you're over-leveled and sweep through all the gyms like it's nothing, and it's just, like... it's kind of weird. And then I've never been the biggest fan of just the Gen 2 roster, honestly. One of my weaker generations, if I'm being honest. Would have loved to SR for Groudon, Kyogre, or Rayquaza, but other than that, ORES are perfect to you. Oh yeah, the Shiny Locks are kind of annoying. Same with Deoxys. You still remember one break chain at 38? I broke a chain at like 38 in like Platinum once. 40 spinach chain was amazing. Sadly can't transfer to home, which is so dumb. So far as that you can review remakes as remakes of the originals or video games in a vacuum. Gen 7 games are overrated and praised. I disagree with that. I think Gen 7's kind of underrated. I think a lot of people hate on Gen 7. I think a lot of people hate on Gen 7, and the main reason is the dialogue, which is like a valid like reason to hate it, but not like the entirety of the games. I think Gen 7 gets like a bad rap, especially with like the fact that they did Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon right after. I don't think it's overrated at all. I think majority of people dislike Gen 7. Battle Frontier is overrated. I don't think Battle Frontier is overrated, but I think Emerald's overrated. Battle Frontier is one of the things I actually like about Emerald. XY were fine, not terrible, not amazing, perfectly fine. XY were just kind of boring, honestly. They're definitely not games I'm, like, excited to go back to when I, like, thinking about, like, shiny hunts and stuff. But the roster's cool, so maybe. Who knows? Gen 5 overrated. Gen 5, maybe a little bit, but I get why people like it. I also haven't played Black 2, White 2 in forever, so I don't really remember much about it. So I don't really have, like, a crazy opinion on Gen 5, really. Gen 5 was hated for the longest, so it is underrated. Not anymore. Gen 5 is praised non-stop. You can't go anywhere without someone praising Gen 5 if we're talking about Pokemon.
Gen 5 was good for the music, but you don't enjoy it beyond that. Two bad lines of Pokemon don't ruin the whole generation. Yeah, Vanillix and Garbodor were bad, but they gave us some of the most utilized. Garbodor's not even bad. I think you're thinking of Clink. Kling sucks. And here's the here this isn't even an opinion. This is just the reality of Gen 5 when it comes to designs. Gen 5 is the largest generation of Pokemon. When I first like learned about Gen 5, my immediate response was like, "Oh, this generation sucks. These designs suck." But as I have gone through the years, I have realized that Gen 5 is the biggest generation. Every generation has bangers and some misses. When Gen 5 is as big as it is, there's just a lot of really cool Pokemon and a lot of really bad Pokemon. And that's just the reality. You just get more of the same. Every gen has like a pretty equal ratio of like good to bad Pokemon. Gen 5, it's just more of each end. So a lot of times people see most of the bad designs and think, oh, overall it's bad. And a lot of times people see most of the good designs and think, oh, this generation's underrated. There's so many cool ones. But it's like, it's the same as every other generation. There's just a lot of them. You found Sword and Shield underrated? Sword and Shield is definitely extremely underrated. The story sucks, I will acknowledge that, but other than that, it's so good. I'm currently playing through Sword and Shield to do my Gen 8 living decks. And dude, it's just like I can't help but like compare it to Scarlet and Violet, and it's like, dude, the game just looks so much better, so much more polished. There's so much going on with it. It's just the story kind of sucks. Like, give me another game like that, but just make the story better. What not to love about the sentient set of gears? Just the fact that it's like not really more than just gears. Clink is alright, because Clink at least has a little bit of personality because it has like the faces on him. But dude, Clang and Kling, not only are their designs really stupid, but their names are terrible too. People think there's a whole sort of quality versus quantity approach. Are you asking? You don't have a generation that you hate? I have one that everyone knows what it is. But I mean, it could get better. It could get better depending on what we get in the future. Who knows? You will say you enjoyed Scarlet and Violet, but you do find yourself returning to Sword and Shield quite often. Yeah, I love Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield's awesome. Sword and Shield has a terrible story but decent graphics, means Scarlet Violet has terrible graphics but an amazing story. It does not have an amazing story. It has half of its story is amazing, the other half is awful. Only Arven and Area Zero are amazing. The rest of the story is like extremely boring and not fun to play through. Being the gym challenge and the team star. Good night, Thor. Thank you for hanging out. Gen 2 can go rot in a hole. Every other gen is either fine to amazing. Okay, that's kind of a hot take. I'm not a Gen 2 fan, but that's a bit much. The only good part about Gen 9 is the DLC. That's where you're completely wrong. The Gen 9 DLC was a scam, dude. You pay $35 for a few shiny locked Pokemon.
And then a button mashing A simulator. I understand entirety of Pokemon is button mashing A, but where the games shine is like the collection aspect and whatnot. And Scarlet and Violet, especially the DLC, butchered that. Because they just didn't add enough to keep you coming back. And everything's shiny locked, so it's like... Throwing bait. It stayed. Sword and Shield bring back traditional counters, one of the best features. Yeah, well, like, they did, like, a hybrid, and they also made it so shinies didn't show up in the overworld, so it was still cool finding, like, shinies in the overworld. Like, it was kind of the best of both worlds. Shinies still were rare because you didn't just see them while encountering 500 Pokemon every couple seconds. But also, you still got the experience of experiencing Pokemon roaming in the overworld. It was the best of both worlds. Gen 9's your hated generation. Currently, yeah, I mean, if Legends ZA blows me away and there's maybe like another game in it that blows me away before Gen 10, then maybe it'll change, but as of now, Scarlet and Violet are my least favorite Pokemon games. Do you like use some Area Zero? It's a shame they pretty much ignored it in the DLC. Yeah, the hidden treasure of Area Zero. And there's like, you spend like 5 minutes in Area Zero and that's it. I think the DLC did enhance Gen 8 a bit. Not like a crazy ton, but I definitely think the DLC enhanced Sword and Shield. I think the Gen 9 DLC just gave us more of the same that I didn't like about Gen 9. So it didn't like make it better. It didn't make it worse outside of the shiny locks. That's kind of what, but the price tag was just too much. It was just too much. Especially because they have version exclusive, DLC exclusive Pokemon. So if you want all the Pokemon, you have to fork over $70, which is more than just buying the base game. And that I have a huge issue with that. Like in Sword and Shield, you just had to make multiple save files, which was annoying, but in hindsight, it's way better to do that than making version exclusives. Arceus is your favorite of the Switch Pokemon games? Arceus was my favorite to play through, for sure. But I definitely like Sword and Shield the most. Arceus doesn't have quite the lasting power, and that's mainly because of the overworld shinies. But it was still a very enjoyable game. Too early Gen 10 predictions? Dude, I have no idea. I think there's going to be a new region, and there's going to be new Pokemon. That's my prediction. I have a feeling Gen 10's coming out next year. They've been pretty solid on the 3-year cycle every time, so next year would be Gen 10's release. Get a trailer for it in Pokemon Day next year, and then releases in November. I confess that you're someone who prefers the bells and whistles of the modern gens for shiny hunting. Is that bad? It's not bad. I'm one who enjoys shinies because of the rarity, and I think Scarlet and Violet did everything in its power to take away rarity of like everything. So there's nothing about it is like enjoyable to me. Because if it wasn't the overworld shinies, it was the boosted odds shiny events and the boosted odds mark events and the mark charm and the title power and the everything is super easy to get. And like, what's the fun of a collection game when everyone has, like, when everyone just gets the same thing like without trying? It's the syndrome thing. When everyone's super, no one is. Not saying I have to have the rarest of rare everything, but it's enjoyable to get something crazy rare and then also see someone else get something else that's crazy rare, but you just don't get that anymore. Everything is just way too easy. It's not fun. Nothing to grind for. Sword and Shield didn't have DLC, would definitely have never bought them at all. I still would have bought them, and I still did, and I still was fine. DLC just enhanced it a bit. Shiny locking Pokemon is the epitome of stupid decisions. Yeah, there's not a valid reason to shiny lock Pokemon. People have their reasons why they understand why they lock them or why they might be locking them. None of them are valid. It's just controlling. It's just giving the middle finger to your most dedicated fans, which is just so lame. Let's Go was your favorite Switch game? Let's Go actually got me out of shiny hunting for like a year. And again, it was because of the overworld shiny thing. It's angry. I fled. Put it this way, when everyone's getting a 1 in 40/96 shiny every 5 minutes into starting Scarlet and Violet, that's where you lost interest hunting in that game. Yeah, when my longest 1 in 40/96 hunt in Scarlet and Violet was like an hour long. I'm just like, they're not exciting. So it's exciting finding something rare. Even though the odds are the same, you see so many Pokemon that it just makes them not as rare. And it's just, when you're expecting to find a shiny and then you do in not that long of a period of time, it just, you know, it doesn't hit the same. It's not exciting. Doesn't keep you engaged. I want to feel something when I find a shiny. That's why we hunt in the Safari Zone where they can run. You want to play a gen with an overall weak Pokedex where half the gym leaders don't even have a single Johtonian, you know the brand new things, Pokemon on their teams, you go right ahead. That is another thing I didn't like about Gen 2, is that, like, and I understand Gen 2 is pretty small compared to Gen 1, but, like, yeah, it's like 60% just Kanto Pokemon again in Gen 2. I appreciate it for when I want to hunt for, like, Kanto shinies, because there's just more options, but, like, when it comes to Johto shinies, you're kind of, like, you gotta really search for, like, good ways to hunt for Johto shinies. What's the one shiny locked Pokemon you want so bad? Well, okay, the obvious answer would be, like, Victini, but I definitely think we're getting Victini for Unova Tour in Go. Honestly, this is gonna sound really weird, but I like Kubfu. I was devastated when I found out the legendaries in the Indigo Disc were shiny locked, because the idea of shiny hunting a few Kubfus for, like, the full line, and then sending them into Sword and Shield was just such a crazy idea to me that they didn't allow to happen because of the backwards compatibility. Like, imagine registering shiny Kubfu and then both Urshifu shiny with their Gigantamax or whatever without the unshiny locked event they had. It would have been so cool, man. So yeah, like, it might be a hot take because Kubfu and Urshifu are not the greatest shinies, but it would have been so cool to do something like that. After Scarlet and Violet, you felt sick and went back to Fire Leaf Green. I didn't feel sick. It was just disappointing. But I mean, like, Game Freak knows, you know. The only thing I'm worried about is their obsession on overworld shinies, because I think that's the main cause of things like losing their rarity. Because, like, There's no, like, when you can get thousands of encounters really fast without having to actually encounter the Pokemon, you're gonna find rare stuff a lot quicker than normal. Scarlet and Violet are, like, I think, like, the lowest rated Pokemon games, so they're definitely gonna make changes for sure. I just don't know if they're gonna change that style of gameplay, which is the main thing I'm concerned. And with Legends ZA coming out, it's like, I definitely don't expect that to be traditional encounters. So I'm just hoping we get a game soon that's like traditional encounters to just keep me interested. Not saying every game has to be, but I would like one every now and then. You keep coming back to Sword and Shield for Dynamax Adventures? Yeah, like so many people do. Personally, I have the same reaction when finding a shiny in every game, a happy guess, and then you try to catch it. You don't care how hard or rare it is to find. Yeah, that's fine. A lot of people are like that. But I mean, like, shinies wouldn't be popular at all if there wasn't about the rarity. Like, there's a reason why people hunt for shinies like Igglybuff that don't really change at all. Like, it's not just about the color. It's about finding something rare. And shiny hunting would not be as popular as it is today if they weren't rare from the start. That's just a fact. Because people wouldn't care as much. You get why the mascots in their debut generation are locked, but the following gen should be fair game. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, if we had to have a compromise, I think that'd be a good system for them to do. I definitely think overall shiny locks should just never happen. But, yeah, if we had to, like, compromise or something, yeah, I would totally, like, say next game comes out and you can hunt Koraidon and Miraidon. Like, that'd be cool. I'd be okay with that. Wow, that Doduo fled after 1. That's crazy. That would have been brutal if it was shiny. I almost say to a minute, but you're spending more time on original character stuff than the Switch games at the moment. I don't know what you mean by original character stuff. All Gen have flaws, and every Gen 5 Pokemon designs count as one. Not everyone. There's a lot of cool ones in Gen 5. But there's also a lot of misses, because again, it's just the biggest generation, so you're going to have lots of hits and lots of misses. Wish Victini wasn't shiny locked. You think you don't play Go to see if any other mythicals can be shiny? So, the mythicals that can be shiny in Go are Mew, Celebi, Deoxys, Jirachi, Darkrai. I think that's it. But, you know, they do like a tour event every year. Oh, and Shaman. They do a tour event every year, and next year is expected to be Unova Tour, and they're probably going to release one of the shiny mythicals. So, and it's very expected to be Victini, because Victini was like the first one we got, I think. It'd either be Victini or Meloetta. I can't see them doing Keldeo. They haven't even released Keldeo non-shiny for free yet, and it's been like over 2 years. You can name 30 Pokemon from Gen 9 off the top of your head that are absolute banger. Alright guys, play nice in the chat. Don't be arguing about what's the better generation. And what pushed away fans in Gen 5 was the fact that it was just so drastically different. It wasn't just the designs, it was just so different. They took a risk and it didn't really pay off. Fan characters, you suppose you have some designs that you've had since you were a kid, just a fun little thing to do, even though not for everyone. Less fun way to explore deeper fandom. Oh, interesting. What's my favorite Mega Evolution? Probably Sceptile. Sceptile is the It's like the perfect kind of like, it doesn't change the design too much to make it look like a completely different Pokemon. Like, it doesn't go overboard, but it doesn't like change too little. There is a balance for like Mega Evolutions. Like, I think like Salamence is a terrible one. Latios and Latios are pretty bad. But then you got ones like Sceptile that are really cool. I really like Sceptiles. Oh, Metagross is a really good one too. Stinks that you didn't pay off because you're over Zubat and Geodude in these games. Wait, what didn't pay off? Wait, what did you say before? I'm not seeing your message from before. What didn't pay off? You're a big fan of Mega Manectric? I'm not the biggest fan of Mega Manectric, but I think part of the reason is when I was a kid, I was like obsessed with Manectric, and then when I got older, I kind of was like, this Pokemon's just okay. Crafty Sandwich, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. Oh yeah, Heracross is pretty cool. What do we add for these? 67, 131, 77, and 93. Okay, I mean, if one's gonna ding dong, it's gonna be this one, but we'll see if we can get to 1500. What's the easiest way to shiny hunt the fossils in leaf greens? You save before giving them? You save after. So what you do is you give them the fossil, you leave the building. I think you either leave the room or the building. I think you have to leave the full building. And then when you go back in, you save before picking it up. And then when you load your game up, you just pick it up. It actually really confused me because this game recently just got restarted and I had to like figure out what fossil to pick up. And all of my I like load up like my Fire Red because I was like, oh, I got my Kabuto on Leaf Green, so that one's not gonna have a fossil. And I see it has an old Amber, but not a fossil. I was like, where the heck is the fossil? I'm like, I don't have the Pokemon. I'm like, I didn't revive it. And then I realized that it's with the guy. I just have to go back and like shiny hunt it at some point. Like really threw me off for a minute. You wish Mega Sceptile learned Draco Meteor? It probably doesn't because it's a grass type, like, and the Mega's a temporary evolution. Oh, yeah. That's what you meant. Yeah, it didn't pay off. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, I didn't play Gen 5 when it was new. I was not really into the series when Gen 5 came out. And Game Freak seems pretty adamant that they're not gonna, like, do that again because it didn't really work. But I just, like, I feel like that's something they need to do in a modern game. Have it only be new Pokemon. One things I don't like, and it was a lot more prevalent in Scarlet and Violet, but it's definitely an issue that I've noticed in just any modern Pokemon game, is that when I try to, like, play through a Pokemon game for the first time, I'm always trying to find, like, the new Pokemon, like, to add, like, that generation's Pokemon to my team. And it feels like every generation, it's like there's less and less. You just get bombarded with, like, older gen Pokemon, and it's like, it would have been so cool to, like, have every single Pokemon be something new. But, I mean, I don't think they're gonna do that again. You forgot about Gen 1 fossils? Well, we're talking about Fire Red, Leaf Green, right? Yeah, Leaf Green. Yeah, so, like, the Pokemon's generated when you pick up the fossils. So if you save before giving him the fossil, you have to... Every reset, you have to leave and then pick it up. But if you save after giving him the fossil, leaving, and then coming back before talking to him, then you save your game, and then all you have to do is talk to him to pick up the fossil. Yeah, the fossil's Gen 1. But the reason why I like mentioned it is because you actually can shiny hunt the fossils in Gen 1. Because they're not like random grass Pokemon. They're like gift Pokemon. Just leave the room and come back in. I know you do in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I feel like in Fire Red, Leaf Green I had to leave the full building for it to work, but I'm not sure. I guess just like try it. Just make sure you save beforehand. Pretty hot take. It's that Iris is a good champion. She's definitely your top 3. I mean, I don't really remember her as a champion because it's been so long since I've played Black 2, White 2. I know you're not into competitive, but you think about Fire, Terra, Groudon plus Heat Crash a lot. Something seriously wish ORAS gave us. Yeah, I respect Gen 5 for being a lot different, but in the moment, it didn't feel good. I feel like in hindsight, it definitely was a better option. We just didn't realize it until later. Never use old Pokemon in a new generation, but they clearly know Gen 1 nostalgia sells. That's why Charizard is the Gen 8 Champions Ace. It's not Gen 1 nostalgia sells. They just know Charizard's like the most popular Pokemon, so. Like, there's a reason why we had to wait till the DLC to get Bulbasaur and Squirtle. Gen 5 Fossil is better, in your opinion, because you stock up 5 fossils per reset? Yeah, I mean, the older games, it's just harder to reset for fossils than the newer games. Like, fossil revives in Gen 8 are a breeze, man. BDSP and Sword and Shield fossil revives are a breeze, but like Gen 3 fossil revives, it's just a reset hunt. Like, it's not fast. Yeah, you can stock up for fossils in Gen 4 too, because you just keep farming them. You do the same thing you do in Gen 8 in BDSP, but you don't see if it's shiny from like the give a nickname screen, because that was like a new thing for Gen 7 technically. Well, it appears we could get to 1500. I need to see where each game stacks up, though. So this game we are at 30. This one we're at 81. This one we're at 18, so that one's getting kind of close. And this one at 46. I want to believe that this just got unlucky with the encounters, and that we would typically see these kind of numbers at the end. So maybe we'll stick with 1500. We'll see. But I think I'm gonna end it here because it's I would only be able to hunt for a few more minutes anyway. But hey, we got a shiny, so that was good. I'll probably be live tomorrow too. Tomorrow's Thursday. I probably won't be live over the weekend though, so we'll see. I'll probably try to stream Thursday and Friday. We'll see how everything goes. But I'm gonna end it here. Thank you to everyone who tuned into the stream, and I will see you